Oh, man, what is up, everybody? Let's welcome everybody back to yet another Hard Rock Lunchbox, yet another Thursday afternoon, yet another day of 4 to 8 inches of snow. Perverts. Speaking of perverts. You know, when I was in college, and they were just starting the internets, as it were, I remember thinking, like, what a great usage, like, thing this is, like, for information, right? Like, information, and it's true, because you do see it out in the world, the way people use the internet properly. And even social media to a degree. Now, excuse me. I'm so sick again. I have what the doctors call, what is it? Fat. Doctors call it fat. That's what I have. I am now fatting myself out of existence. I can no longer even move. I don't know at what point I'll be on my 600-pound life, but as soon as they have a mediocre celebrity edition, you can count me in. Anyway, what are they saying? Oh, so the internet, right? And even social media. Like, back in those days, like pre-social media, the internet was just this thing of wonder. It was like an encyclopedia. It was just, it was fantastic. I know, I talk to my daughter sometimes about stuff that she just cannot believe that, we used to do in the 1800s when I was a child, apparently. She just cannot believe it. Like, if you told, like, when I told Charlotte, like, she's binge watching, basically everything. It's the only way she watches anything. She'll watch Kitchen Nightmares for 22 days, and then she'll watch Yu-Gi-Oh! For 24 days, and then she's back on Scooby-Doo. I think we can all agree that's the top of this. There is nothing wrong with Scooby-Doo ever. So I'm pro Scoob. But like when I used to tell her, like, yeah, shows used to end in like May, and you'd have to wait all summer to find out what happened, if the show even came back. And she was just like, what, why? Like, why would you choose to live in a world like that, Papa? It's not exactly how the conversation went down. But I cannot fathom any longer, like, how I used to exist, not being able to look up some inane, unimportant fact that I just need to know, like, right now. And it's not even so much that I need to know it. It's just I need my brain to hear the answer so it stops trying to search through all the files that were improperly filed by, the intern that worked up in my brain last summer because he didn't really want the job anyway. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, trying to figure out like a lyric of a song. It's like, what the? It's a lot. So I can't even imagine like what that was like. But the internet in the post-politicalization of social media and the internet, it's nice to find some good in it. I, for one, I just asked the question, to be fair, trying to promote that my show is on. I really don't do much to promote the box, and I think if I keep saying it another 4 years, I think I'll actually start doing it. But I do try and post the logo, and really it's just a reminder, right? Like, it's a reminder to anybody that wants to. Like, I'm not active. I've never been like, dude, you got to listen to the show. Like, I'm just. First of all, I never know if you've got to listen to the show because I really don't have any idea what I'm going to talk about. Like, it might not pertain to you. Like, I'm not going to call up Wayman and be like, dude, you have to listen to the show today. It's going to be so on point. And then talk about, like, feminine hygiene products for all I know. Like, I just, And I also don't know when we lost the point in time when daughters did not discuss feminine hygiene with their fathers. But if we could hurry up and get back to that, is there something I need to sign? Because I'm cool with that. I don't need to discuss that with Charlotte anymore. But anyway, so in an effort to be on anybody's radar whatsoever, I didn't have the banana because of that, but I had the banana, and then I had the thought, yo, dude, I'm coming up on 195 years old, and I still think it's funny when I eat a banana. So I asked the question. Just curious, just out of curiosity, at what age do you stop thinking eating a banana is funny? And Facebook responded pretty quickly and loudly, and there doesn't seem to be a good answer out there. It seems like it's going to go on for quite some time now, which honestly is just fine with me. But that is one reason that the internet is still good. Yeah, man. Sorry. I did not sleep very well last night. I know that's probably not super surprising to the Hard Rock Lunchbox listening audience. So I'm a little not concentrated. I did have other stuff I wanted to talk about. They're using social media in Myanmar, which I thought was really cool. They are, because Myanmar, okay, if you don't know, Myanmar, it's in Southeast Asia. It used to be called Burma. I don't know how many Burma fans are out there. Shout out, I guess, yeah, Burma. But there was a military coup a couple weeks ago. I was actually explaining this to my daughter just last night, and Corey too. I think Corey knew, but I honestly don't remember. But it was there was a democratically elected president, Aung San Suu Kyi, has been arrested by the military. The military had a full-on 1900s level, military coup, and they took over. And a lot of the ways that a lot of people are protesting, the military is shutting down the internet out of Myanmar during the evening, but they have it on during the day for business. So a lot of people are out there protesting on social media. But they are holding up signs in English so that the authorities can't really distinguish what they're trying to say, but they're basically pleading to the English-speaking world, which is still most of the world, to kind of point out that, hey man, we just had a military coup and our democratically overwhelmingly elected leader has been arrested along with the entire government because the military took over. It's kind of important stuff for us to know. And it's important stuff for us to know because I'm shocked at how many people just don't know that. There's a genocide going on right now in Western China, a military coup in Myanmar, dude in the Philippines is shooting, executing on site, drug users and possible addict. There's some bad stuff going on. Alexei Navalny, I think I was talking about a couple weeks ago, he's the main opposition to Vladimir Putin in Russia, and he was poisoned and in a coma because he was poisoned by the government, and he was in a coma in Germany. He flew back to Russia to basically be a pain in the ass to Vladimir Putin because somebody needs to. And then at his hearing, he got sentenced to another 2 to 3 years in jail because he missed his probation hearing because he was in a coma. That's right, yeah. Very difficult. Very difficult to show up. Anyone that's ever been in a coma will tell you it's incredibly difficult to show up, especially to your court appointments. I know me, I have missed every single court appointment I have ever been in a coma for. It's like a pretty much 100%. So I thought about what I wanted to talk about today, and I really came up with nothing. But speaking of which, the top 20 this week out on Strangerhood TV, top 20 is from the Chatastrophe, the Chatapalooza, and I don't remember what I said in the top 20. I do know it was not authorized by the chat, and honestly, who cares? I'm sure I will get impeached or acquitted or whatever happened. But I think it was about gratitude and the fact that it was really cool that anybody even wanted to be a part of this. So I would check that out. Strangerhood TV will bring you right over to the Craving Strange YouTube page. It's the Craving Strange YouTube universe, basically, the Strangerhood. And there's shows like from all walks of life over there, including my show, which comes out every Thursday at midnight, mid-morning. I'm still not comfortable with the midnight in the morning. I'm gonna have to address that at some point. Probably not. Honestly, I'll just forget about it. And that's cool too, but oh, yeah, so that's out today, so check that out. Also, don't forget, Bacon is My Podcast has a new episode out. They're talking with some cosplay something. I absolutely did not get a chance. I've been so busy this week. I didn't even get a chance to pull it up. But I know that it exists. Annie's new podcast, the Cruicide podcast, they have a new one this week, and they have a special guest. I did not get to pull that one up either. I am basically 0 for 3 in listening to video podcasts this week, so I'm going to give myself a huge hand. Still looking for that rock bottom, folks. Still looking for rock bottom. So definitely check that out. Remember, the Strangerhood TV is where everything is. I don't think Annie's podcast is on that, but you can find anything in Annie World. I don't know. I don't even know. Honestly, ask her. Just find out. I think it's on the Cruicide page. Look for Cruicide. It's spelled like it sounds. So anyway, I was saying before that I like to the limit or the bulk of my promotion of the Hard Rock Lunchbox tends to be me putting up a post of the Hard Rock Lunchbox logo onto Facebook or Instagram, although I very rarely do both. And I cannot believe how much I suck at this one particular second most important part of hosting an internet radio show, the part where you, let people know it's on. But I am trying. Oh, sorry. Snoopy says, hey, Snoop. Good old Snoop. So anyway, I put that up, and it's basically not even promotion, right? It's literally a reminder to people that like to listen to the show and then honestly forget it's Thursday, forget it's noon. But most people are on social media to some degree. I mean, I miss so much stuff. It's really funny. When you think about just how much social media I am on, and then really not in the scheme of things. But so I put up a reminder. I try and put up a reminder every Thursday just before the show. Basically give people the opportunity to be like, oh, yeah, I want to listen today or whatever. And it might seem like it's promotion, but it's really not. I know the difference between promotion and just a reminder. But the reminder part made me think of something. Something I was kind of trying to figure out last week. So last week was my birthday. Thank you very much. Which, of course, makes this my birthday month. I'm kidding. It's not my birthday month. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, happy birthday to Mikey over at All New Episode. He's turning 30 today, which I think means he skipped 7 years. So I will be launching a Blue Ribbon Hard Rock Lunchbox investigation into, I guess, Birthgate? Agegate? 30gate over at All New Episode. But we'll talk about that later. So what I was thinking about it is that, and this is not a boast, this is a setup for what I want to talk about. So I got a lot of birthday wishes, which is nice. It's really quite nice. And in this day and age, I feel like most of them probably come in through social media, right? Because it's super easy, right? Social media, I think it tells you, right? It pops up. It's so and so. It's it's a notification. It's so and so's birthday today, right? That's cool. And so it's super easy. You can just go there and be happy birthday, whatever. So I'm assuming 90% of them are that. Right, there are other people like that, like my uncle, for example. My uncle is, I don't know, older than me, older than most things, and he's on Facebook a lot. And he, wished me happy birthday through a Facebook post, which honestly for my uncle is I think appropriate. You might think that family should be, like more direct or whatever, a phone call, whatever. Like I don't want phone calls. Like I don't. And that's not. It's just me. If I can stay off the phone, I will. But so like that was appropriate. But I was actually thinking about like this like. The kind of like the cutoff between like people that will message me personally, like text me, versus people that will message me or post on social media. And I thought it was kind of interesting because I don't know that the people that text me directly are getting their notifications from Facebook or whatever. They might, I don't know. It sort of lends itself to it not being that. But then I started thinking about like, okay, well, whose birthdays do like I remember? And I was thinking like it was odd because there were some people that were like noticeably absent that didn't even bother to message me or text me or any. And again, I'm not big on birthdays, like so that part is not the part that bothers me. What is interesting to me about it is the psychology of it. And this is going to sound probably hella boring to anybody that's not as screwed up in the head as I am. But it is my show, so that is what we're going to talk about. So I started thinking about, like, what are those cutoffs, right? Like, so, like, I can do this. Like, like January 11th, and January 23rd, March 14th twice, September 22nd, September 23rd, and November 3rd. Those are the birthdays of my birth family, right? That's my mom, my dad, my sister, my half-sister, my stepmother, and my grandmother and my grandfather. My mother and my grandfather were born on the same day. So that helps. So, so those birthdays I know. I know them because they're drilled into my head. Because I have had to remember those forever. Right? Now, it's not my birth family. I guess my choice family, chosen family. I mean, so that's March 30th. That's May 16th and 26th, and August 12th. Right? That's my core family. Like I know those birthdays because by law you have to. Right? Like it's just you have to. Like those are the birthdays. Like if you're going to commit birthdays to memory, you have to commit those. And then I've got some other birthdays, right? Like I know like Jimmy and Annie are in the summer. Jimmy's always later than I think it is. Which is why I never miss Jimmy's birthday. I think Jimmy's birthday is in August, and I always think it's in July. So I just never miss it. Mikey's is in November. Annie, I think, is in June. My band, Kaz, is at the end of March. I know that because we always have... or used to always have a birthday show at the Hub in Island Park. That's like right by his his right by where he lives, and that was like his home bar. So he would do all that. So I knew that was it. I also know that that's roughly Dave Schubert's birthday from the Vinyl Plane because they used to do birthday shows together. I know that Tony's birthday is on Halloween because that is a super, super easy one to remember. And I know that Noodle's birthday is right after that, which necessitates that it's in November. So there's some logic here. My birthday is the 11th. And I know that my cousin's birthday is the day before, on the 10th. I know that my oldest girlfriend is also in February, and that was just the other day. So I know those things, they're relative. I also know that my niece is in June, my nephew is in December, and my two twin, they're technically cousins, but I treat them as nieces, are at the end of February. So, like, I have all this, like, you know, like, dates I absolutely know, dates I pretty much know, and then I have other dates I assume that I should know. Now, I have a lot of work contacts, and I store all of that kind of stuff in Outlook over the years. I have, like, some of my biggest accounts. It makes sense to know when those birthdays are, right? That's a professional kind of thing. I also have other people's, birthdays that are stored in there. Also, people with their contacts, when they share them with you, a lot of times their birthday's included, and all of a sudden that's like kind of on your phone, whether or not you want them to or not. So I started thinking, I was like, okay, I remember these birthdays, right? There's a couple of, like, I know my old drummer's birthday is in August. It's actually right before Dana's is. So I remember that. Like some other birthdays, Matt Dowers is in January. It was very proximal to my dad's. So anyway, I remember all those things. And so what I can't figure out is there are members of my family that didn't even bother to message on my birthday, not the day after, not the day before. My stepmother's pretty cool about it. My stepmother my stepmother cannot get a birthday day right, but she's usually in the pocket, right? Like, it's usually sometime, give or take 3 days. So she had sent me a card, way before my birthday. Right? But not a message, not a text, nothing on my birthday. And my littlest sister, I didn't hear from her at all either, which I think is surprising. Like I said, those are included in my brain, birth, family, dates that you should remember, dates that I should remember. Let's put it that way, dates that I should remember. And again, it's not a big deal. It's just, I feel like that's part of the job. Your family, your birth family, that's part of the job, remembering stuff like that. But it got me thinking, what's that cutoff? And like we were saying before about the way social media works and the way we're all connected to the internet, should there even be a cutoff anymore? I mean, how I feel at this point, it is more work to not recognize somebody's birthday because your phone tells you it's so-and-so's birthday. I haven't missed Leah's birthday ever. Not only do I have it memorized, but it also shows up in my phone. I once wished my niece happy birthday 2 weeks early because I had the 2-week reminder on. I messaged my sister. I'm like, tell Jordan happy birthday. And my sister, not missing a beat, was like, I certainly will in 2 weeks when it gets here, Dick. And she was right to do that. So I just think it's interesting. So in this day and age, if you're friends with somebody, really, I'm not fake friends and that kind of thing, but if you're really actually friends with somebody, at what point does that kind of go unacknowledged? Do people just see that message and are like, nah, I'm not going to wish him happy birthday today? And again, this isn't about me or my birthday. I'm just curious what the psychology of it is, because it seems to me like it's harder, it's actually more work to not do that. You have to be like, nah, I don't think so. And I don't know what that's about. I don't know. What I do know is that it's a shitty topic for the top 20, but like I said, I didn't sleep much. You talk about how I don't fit my clothes, but do we really need to do that? Of course, maybe not everybody is as completely messed up like I am in the head about weird stuff like that they just don't kind of understand why that is. And I think the goal of understanding why humans are human and treat humans that way is a lofty one and a noble one, but I also don't think it's ever going to bear fruit because ain't nobody got time for that. And honestly, I would be surprised if anyone within the sound of my voice gave a half a crap at all. Half a crap at all about any of those things because they aren't completely insane or sick like me. And with that, I give you the world's greatest segue into the box.